Hello, I'm Mr. Comer. Okay, in this recording we're going to make a 3D effect to make a styrofoam cup that will eventually put the logo that we created in Illustrator. So to start, we're just going to open, so I've already got Illustrator up. Go to File, New. And really letter size and whether this is in pixels or not, really not too important. Probably letter size is probably the more important thing, and also make sure it's RGB color, which in this case it is. So that you should be able to, for the most part, just take the defaults there. You may want to go on and name this 3D cup at the top if you wish, but that's up to you. That's not a necessity. Okay, so that brings up our document. Okay, our first step is we need to get a cup that we can trace. So that should be in your Land School file folder. And we're going to go to File, Place. Now yours will be in the Land School file folder, mine's in a different place. Okay, so that's the cup, and if you want to make it, you can hit the letter E, and then you can stretch that up if you want to make a little bit taller cup. If you're going with a grand latte or just a regular one. But you don't necessarily have to change that. Now, once you get the cup kind of in the center and the way you like it, go to Object and you want to go to Lock Selection. That way as you draw on top of this, it really won't interfere with what you're doing. So I'm going to zoom in on this side so I can see a little bit better. Really in this, the only curved line will be a little curved line for up here at the top. Everything else we can just use straight lines with our pen tool. So I'm going to go and get the pen tool. 1 point stroke is okay. Now what you need to do, you do need to change, is that you want the stroke to be white and the fill to be none. So I've changed that to white, which the white stroke will be a little bit hard to see, but since as you're drawing it, it should outline itself. So I'm going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to make like a little bottom of a J, kind of upside down. So I'm going to click once, and then I'm going to go up here just a little bit, click and drag just to make a little curved lip. And then I'm just going to do another, just a click to connect that. Now after this, I'm just going to use, I'm not really going to use any curve points after this. So I'm just going to click here. Now it is kind of important to every little indentation to mark what you're doing. That way the cup looks a little bit better when you're finished. So you notice I've kind of went around. I got clicked here, one end, come down, click in a little bit. Now I'm going to go to the bottom. You kind of see this has a little lip on it, so I'm going to go down to about where that's at and just click again. I'm going to go in just a little bit, click again, kind of go to the bottom, and then come in here maybe a little past center or right at center and just click. And even though that doesn't follow that curve, that's going to be okay. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to go to Effect, Document, Raster Effects Settings. You really shouldn't have to change any of these, but you just need to key things. It needs to be RGB, and it needs to be a high resolution of 300 pixels per inch. You can just leave it on transparent and then just hit OK. You really won't see anything change. That's just a setting that you're changing in the computer or on for the program. Now we're going to revolve the cup, and so to do that we're going up to Effect and go down to 3D You want to go to the second option, which is Revolve. So we went to Effect, 3D, Revolve. Now this is the panel that we'll bring up, and you may want to go in and click Preview. And you can kind of start to see it's giving you the cup effect right now. So I'm going to change this to, and it asks you to change this to -9, this to -27, and finally this to 3. So it just has to be, has to do with how you're rotating, how it's the light's hitting it. Everything else pretty much can stay the same. 360, you just need to make sure that this is on left edge, which is the default setting, so it should be fine. Now you can just push OK, and you can kind of see you have your 3D cup. Now what I would probably do at this point, just to get, is I would go to Object, Unlock All, and I'm going to click on this cup picture that I had, and this time I'm going to hide the selection. So that way I don't even have to see it anymore. This lets me kind of see my cup a little bit better. Now the good thing about this is that you can actually take this cup and you can change it. So you can kind of see I got a little problem down here. I may not like, I like the lip on this and stuff is pretty good, so this is pretty good. I may change this a little bit. So you can just get your white pointer tool and go over till you find the point that you want to change. So I may alter this a little bit, so I'm just going to click on it, and then I'm just going to click and drag. Now once, and you can kind of see it makes the changes. I'm going to drag this down just a little. Let me make this a little bit longer. That's a bit too much. And I could even like stretch that up if I wanted to make that look a little bit wider at the bottom. It's kind of up to you. And then I'm going to grab on this point, I'm just going to pull it in inside like that. Now if you click this point and drag it out, it makes the cup wider at the bottom, so it just kind of depends on the cup that you're going for. So this is what I've got at this point, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's fine. But you could again change any of these points you want to, and then the 3D effect would change to match what you've done.